Good evening. Welcome to Giggle with Gag House live here on our Facebook page. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined us already. Now, before we get going, there's a few housekeeping bits, but we have an awesome lineup, Rosie Jones and Andrew Ryan for you. So do sit back, grab yourself a beer and enjoy the show. A couple of housekeeping bits. First and foremost, could I ask you all to share this post? There's a little button underneath the video or next to the video, depending on what you're watching it on. If you click share, it will go onto your own Facebook wall, which will mean more and more people can get to enjoy this show, which will be what it's all about. Let's make as many people laugh as possible. Now, with all of our live shows, this is completely free to watch, but we do ask that you donate an appropriate ticket price. And you can do this pretty easily via our paypal.me account. So it's just paypal.me/Guildford Fringe. And when you do donate, could you please comment on that donation with the words comedy? Because then we'll know who it's for and it'll go to the right acts. So that's about it from me. As we are live, you can comment away throughout the show. I'll be sharing some comments on the screen. Let us know you're enjoying it. Why don't you let me know you're there now? Show me some comments. Let me know you're there sitting, waiting for the comedy. But as I said, you can comment throughout. Let's make this as interactive as possible. And I'll be sharing some of those comments throughout the evening. So are you ready for your first act? Yeah? I can hear my wife shouting from the bedroom, so I'm pretty sure there's other people out there ready too. So please, please sit back, grab yourself a beer, and enjoy our first act. She is wonderful. It is Rosie Jones. Rosie, you are live.
Hello, people who I can't see. My name is Rosie, and as you can tell from my voice, I suffer from being northern. It's so hard. I'm currently back in the north. Yeah, the best place because I am isolating with my mum and dad, which is actually lovely because I get free cake every day. So, what do you want to know about me? Oh, I should probably address the disabled elephant in the room. That's what my mum calls me. I have a disability called cerebral palsy, and I guess the worst thing about having cerebral palsy is how long it takes me to say cerebral palsy. Blind, deaf. Why did they get one syllable? But us, the slow talkers, we get 5 fucking syllables. It's not fair. But then, if we're being really medical, I have what's called a toxic cerebral palsy. Yeah. Now, I don't want to show off, but in the disabled world, I am a big deal. Creme de la creme. because 90% of people with CP, they have what's called spastic cerebral palsy. Yeah, I said that word. Can we just all unclench our rattles? It's okay. Because actually the word spastic isn't a bad word. It's a medical word to describe someone with a high muscle tone. So they're very tight. So they're great at doing the robot. Me, not so much, because I've got the exact opposite. So I've got low muscle tone. So actually, I'm a bit like a rag doll, but sexy. Woo! So, but when I went to school, I went to school with a lot of, I think the proper term for them are twats, who used to call me spastic, and I'd say to them, no, that is medically incorrect. I could not be any less spastic. That's my problem. If I was a little bit more spastic, I'd be fine. If anything, you're more spastic than I am, you lucky bastard. But apart from that, being disabled is amazing. You can dribble on people. But my favourite ever part about being disabled is that nobody ever wants you to babysit in case you drop them and recruit them. Being disabled can get a bit annoying, and then the annoying part for me is I just never let my disability get in my way, and that's because of my mum and dad. Because my mum said to me, Rosie, you be whoever you want to be, apart from a hairdresser or a brain surgeon or an optician or a train announcer. the train coming into platform 4 is the 14:22 to it's already gone. Shit. So I'm single, and I think I'm single because when people meet me, all they say is this, and they don't hang around to get to know the real me. I just need to meet someone who's mature enough to see past my massive tits. It's so hard. I quite like being single though, because it gives me more time in the day to masturbate, which is actually the only thing I'm fast at. And whilst I enjoy myself, I always like to think about one very specific sexual fantasy. Okay, strap in, we're going there. It starts every time on Ryan Gosling's doorstep. I know where he lives. And I knock on the door. And he's out. So I let myself in, naked. I have a yogurt, yummy. I watch Shrek 3 times, and after about 8 hours, even Mendes, Ryan's wife, comes in and says, "Hello, Rosie. Ryan died." And then she bursts out crying. Her husband of 5 years is dead. She's on the floor and I don't know what to do. And when she can't cry anymore, I fuck her. Surprise! I'm gay. I'm very gay. I'm so gay that I want Ryan Gosling to die. It's one of the first times I'm talking about being gay on camera, and I'm doing it for one main reason. It's because I've run out of material. about being disabled. It took me ages to come out to myself because I thought, I'm not gay, I'm disabled. That's my thing. I can't tick 2 boxes. No, sirree. It takes me that long to tick 1. But because before I could talk to you about being gay, I needed to come out to my mum and dad, and I got a bit worried because I didn't know how they would react. But then I remembered I'm a comedian. If I have homophobic parents, I'll be rich. So I wanted a really big reaction. I wanted my mum to start crying. I wanted my dad to punch a wall, or better, punch me. Lovely black eyes. And I did it. One day I came out and said, Mum, Dad, I like girls. I'm gay. And I never forget what they said to me. They said, Rosie, we love you. You're our little girl. And we don't care who you love. Cunts. What am I supposed to do with that? So I punched my dad, but I quite like it. I quite like it now because being gay means that I am a triple threat. Yeah. I'm disabled, I'm gay, and I'm a prick. Or the BBC, they love me. You know what, usually when we're not in a global pandemic, usually if I'm in a comedy club, I look around and at the end of my gig, I'll say, you know what, you have all been lovely, but I'll be honest with you, I can't see you, so you might have all been awful, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say, you have all been lovely. Happy Rosie. Bye-bye.
Rosie Jones, everybody. Awesome. Actually, that was the first time I've ever seen Rosie live, and she was not a disappointment. She was absolutely wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I've been sitting in my front room laughing my head off. So thank you so much, Rosie Jones, for that. You were absolutely incredible. Much love, and we'll see you very soon, hopefully. So, ladies and gentlemen, just a bit of a reminder now. Let me just see if I can call in our next act so we can get ready for that. Lovely jubbly, we can. So just a reminder, please do share this post on your own Facebook walls. We'd love to get even more viewers. Let's get this shared all over the place, get as many people laughing as possible. And don't forget, this is free to watch, but we do ask you to donate an appropriate ticket price. So just pay whatever you feel you can, if you can pay anything at all. We know everyone's having a bit of a hard time, but if you can afford to pay something, we'd really appreciate it. The money gets split between the acts and the club, which means we can continue to put these shows on for you live on Facebook, and the acts can come back when we're all back in our venues, please, and doing proper comedy clubs for you guys to enjoy. So please donate whatever you can. So don't forget, you can comment throughout the show. We've had some lovely comments so far. Keep them coming in, and we'll share those on the screen. But for now, I think we're ready to see our next act. So are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Show me the love in the comments. Yep. Amazing. This next guy is absolutely wonderful. He's been at Guildford Fringe Festival a few times and at Gaghouse Comedy Clubs loads of times. We love this guy. Please give a warm welcome to the stage to Andrew Ryan. And here he is, Andrew Ryan.
Hello, Andrew Ryan here, next to my flowers. Yeah, love my flowers. I picked them up today, off some old woman. So it's good to be here at the live Gag House comedy event. You can probably tell from my accent, I'm from Europe. So I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've done a gig online to people outside the EU. So I hope you can understand me. All right. And you've been all self-isolating as well for the last few weeks. I'm not isolating in Ireland. I'm actually isolating in England. I flew over recently. I just flew over to use the NHS, to be honest with you, because I heard that's free to foreigners, isn't it? So thanks for telling us. We didn't know about that till you kept on putting it on the bloody news every day. Hey. So yeah, so it's good to be here. I've been down Guildford way before, and it's pretty good, pretty nice. So yeah, so I'm self-isolating on my own. I'm not self-isolating with my family because my family hate me. All right, and I think it's the best thing not to do because it can only make things worse. You know, I don't want to kill again. But everybody like hates, everyone in my family is married, right? Like, so I'm not married. My brother's married, my sister's married, my other brother's married. I'm the only one that's happy, right? Like, you know, it's ridiculous. In the hallway of my mother's house, right? There's pictures up on the wall of all the weddings up on the wall, right? I'm not up there because I'm the black sheep of the family. So you got a picture of my brother's wedding, my sister's wedding, the other brother's wedding. Even the Pope's up there, and he's not even married. Like, unless he's married to a couple of kids. Anyway, it was crazy. Like, I used to meet my mom in the hallway of our house, right? Because Irish Catholic mothers, you know, like they make you feel bad just for being alive, right? Like, and I remember like walking down the corridor. I used to meet her in the hallway during peak hours, right? 4 and 7. And she used to look at me. She used to be like, "Well, look at you now, Jesus! Look at you! Look at you! Look at your face." I said, "I can't, sure. I'm looking at yours." She goes, "Have you not thought about starting a family?" I said, "I'm already in one." And I'll be honest with you, I'm waiting for the fucking transfer window to open, right? Pissing me off, woman, putting me under pressure. My dad's the same as well. God bless him. He's 72, and he's got dementia. And the thing is, he doesn't. We just keep telling him that just for a laugh, really. You know what I mean? We just keep telling him that for a bit of crack, you know? Every day is a new day for Tommy. But I lived in England for many years. I lived here for 16 years in my first stint. And then I moved back to Ireland when I got parole. And I love England. England's a great place. People are very friendly. I nearly got married here as well. Jesus, Mother of God, pray for the souls of the forgotten. Nearly got married to an English girl. Oh God, oh no, it didn't work out because she was English. Yeah, it didn't work out. Very, very complicated relationship as well. She had 2 kids from previous, you know, nights out, and awful messy. She was a lovely girl though, very nice girl. And the thing about it was my dad used to wind me up about marrying somebody with kids from like a previous relationship, right? And he said to me, like, are you ready to commit to somebody in a country that you're not from? Like, and I'd be honest with you, like, I get panic attacks committing to feckin' Sky Sports football packages. But it got me thinking, about being a stepdad, because I think being a stepdad is a bit like being a police community support officer. You look like you're in charge, but when you speak, no one gives a shit what you say. You know what I mean? You got no power. You can't even hit the kids when the mum's in the room. You know what I mean? You can't do that. But I lived in England for a long time, and I like it. And I like Britain. Britain's a good country, and I think you're doing well with the COVID-19. But the thing I like about Britain is that like you're a bit arrogant. You know what I mean? You're a little bit arrogant. You're on that fine line of arrogance. Remember back in the day when you had this Brexit thing going on, right? I used to love watching that, right? Because 1 minute on Channel 4, you would have somebody like from the Conservative Party, and they would say something like, we need to tighten our borders, take control of immigration. We need to get the right people into this country for the right jobs. We need to stop people coming over here on holiday and staying forever. Right. Next up on Channel 4 is A Place in the Sun, where we follow Darren and Susan to New Zealand to see if they've got a job. I mean, the arrogance of you. You have your own shows, TV shows, where you send your own foreign people abroad, but you won't let them come over here, Jesus. I like that, though. It's kind of nice. I don't really watch the news as much as I used to, purely because I don't know about you people, but I can't cope with the news. Do you ever notice there's like too much news at the moment? Do you ever just feel that? You watch the news and you're like, you know what? There's too much news. I want the old news back. Do you remember the old news? Oh, Jesus, that was great news, wasn't it? 4 years ago. Do you remember the news 4 years ago? It was brilliant. You'd wake up in the morning, BBC, main story, a woman has put a cat in the bin. Do you remember Cat Bin Lady? I want Cat Bin Lady back. She's probably done about 1,000 cats by now, and we haven't even heard of her. There's too much news, like in Europe, in Britain, in Ireland, America. I've never been to America. I don't know anything about it. All I know about America is what I see on the news. All I know about the politics over there is that there's a fella in America that's in charge. The guy with the head, and he's a bit mental, right? I remember I saw him he said that he was going to build a wall and get the other country to pay for it. That's what he was going to do. Build a wall and get the other country to pay for it. Now, 99.9% of me does not like that guy in America. I don't like him. Okay. But there's 0.01% of me that's like, hold on a second. You want to build a wall and get the other country to pay for it? I'm like, fucking go on. Like, if he can pull that off, that's double thumbs up on a WhatsApp group, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's legendary status, right? It's crazy stuff, because him saying he's going to get Mexico to build a wall and they're going to pay for it is like me saying to my mates, right, lads, we're off to Amsterdam, 5 days, women, booze, drugs, you name it, we're doing it. What? Who's paying for it? My girlfriend's going to pay for it. That's who's paying for it. Every single one of your mates are going to be like, fucking go on. Let's see if you can pull this one off. So I'm not really into it as much. But one thing I have kind of learned in the last sort of couple of months is maybe 2 months that I've been reading a lot, right? I read this book recently. I don't know if anyone's read it. It's called The Chimp Paradox. It's the mind management book. I've been reading this on lockdown. Okay, so what this book actually kind of teaches you that there's voices in your head, right? There's 2 voices in your head. I'll be honest with you, I thought there was more. There's 2 voices. There's the human voice, right, which is the sensitive voice, the person that's all about long-term planning, keeping you calm, preparing your dinner the night before, so you eat healthy. It's all about long-term strategy. That's the human voice. And then you've got the chimp, right? So you've got the chimp, right? And that's the angry voice, the impulsive voice, the reactionary voice, that just, I'm hungry, eat what I want, it doesn't think long term. It's all about now. And I read this book because I was very like the chimp, very impulsive, like with my diet and stuff like that. I just eat what's in front of me, You know, I wouldn't think about the calories or the veg or stuff like that. And now, after reading this book, right, if I see a Mars bar and a glass of water in front of me, and I need something to fill me up for an hour or two, right, I drink the water straight after I've eaten the Mars, all right? Absolutely pointless book. Got nothing out of it. Read another book. This one, I don't know if you've read this one, Overcoming Low Self-Esteem. I read that one as well. The thing is, right, about low self-esteem, right, I would say I live my life 40% of the time with low self-esteem, right? If you've got low self-esteem, put a thumbs up. Cool. If you didn't put your thumbs up, you probably didn't have the confidence to do that. But the thing about it is I think having low self-esteem is actually okay because it's part of being human, isn't it? You know, so I trust myself though. You know what I mean? I know my own behaviors now. I've seen the worst of me. I'll never kill again, but I have seen the worst of me. You know what I mean? And I've seen the lowest I can go, and I've seen my worst behavior. I'll give you an example. Like if I sent a woman 44 text messages, yeah, and she didn't reply, I know she wants me to ring her. I know that. Right? Because that's what women want now, isn't it? A man that can verbally communicate. I just want a guy that can talk on the phone with confidence. Okay? It's crazy. I'm back living in England now, like, and I'm trying to use this time off to kind of like, you know, become a bit of a better person to myself. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of a better person to myself. Sometimes I'm not, you know, we can be nasty to each other. And in lockdown now, people are like, oh, I should be doing this. I should be learning the guitar. I should be learning Spanish, you know, all this kind of stuff. I was out in the street near where I live on one of my government granted walks. And I turned a corner and this other guy, you know, we broke the 2 meter barrier. I didn't see him. He didn't see me. And he jumped at me. He was like, oh, as if to say like, oh, go away from me. You're not supposed to be near me because I'm trying to protect my health. And I could have the disease and I could be passing it on to him. And he looked at me horribly. He was like, oh, as if I was like a disgusting human being. And he just went 2 meters, 2 meters, you know, because he's obviously trying to protect his health, which is, you know, which is cool. But it's an amazing thing, though. He didn't want to keep 2 meters away from the cigarette that he was smoking, though. You know what I mean? So we've a lot of virtue signaling kind of going on now at the moment, all these experts, you know. I love Britain. Britain is a great country. It is really good. One thing I'm going to give you a bit of feedback on, right, is that I don't like in Britain, right, is I don't like your police, right, especially down Guildford way. Sorry, police. I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you why I do not like your police, right? It's because your police, the British police, you don't take bribes, okay? In Ireland, you give them a couple of Six Nations rugby tickets, you can kill a village. Kill a village, no problem, right? I was driving one night in England. I was actually down by Farnborough or Farnham. I was down by Farnborough, down that area near Guildford. I think it's near Guildford. And Guildford's an interesting place, isn't it? Whenever I've done gigs in Guildford, I always look into the audience, and it's like, you know, it's a well-to-do area, but I always look at the people. I think of myself, you can't afford to leave your husbands in Guildford or wives, can you? You know what I mean? It's one of those places where you can't afford to leave because on a single income, you're not going to be able to buy a house in Guildford on a single income. You know what I mean? So there's people that are staying in relationships because they got a nice house. I know Guildford is one of those places. You know, Richmond is another one. All those kind of places. Leamington Spa, maybe not. I was driving one night down by Farnham and 11:30 at night, and I got pulled over by the police. Terrifying experience to be pulled over by the British police, right? 11:30 at night, I saw the big blue flashing lights behind me, and I thought, Jesus Christ, they're not for me, so I better speed up. And after 2 hours, when there was 3 helicopters involved, I went, Jesus, I have a feeling now this has got something to do with me. So I pulled over and I said I would help this fella with his inquiries. So he comes up to the side of the car and he's like, do you know why I stopped you? I went, was it because I was playing on my phone? I just started to guess, you know, what kind of offences I may have had, just to help him out with the admin. Was I playing on my phone? And he went, no, you weren't playing on your phone. I was like, oh, shit. He goes, we'll come back to that. He said, I stopped you because you drove through an amber light. I was like, oh, that's grand, isn't it? No bother. I'll be on me way. And he looked at me and he went, what does the amber light mean? I was like, oh God, the amber light in the traffic light. Oh, it means you can kind of go. You can kind of go, you know? And I kind of went, you know what I mean? That's just the kind of guy I am, you know? Just kind of went, right? And he looked at me and he goes, what do you know about the amber light? I said, I don't know that much about it, to be honest with you. I know that it's the middle light in the traffic system. You know, it's a bit like a middle child in a family. You know it's there, but sure, it doesn't make much of an impact. Then he says to me, he goes, what does the red light mean? I'm like, stop, like proper stop, like full on stop. He goes, very good. I goes, thank you. He goes, what does the green light mean? I'm like, go as fast as you can possibly go. He goes, well, if red is stop and green is go, I'm going to ask you again, what does the amber light mean? I said, listen, officer, we've been through this now, right? I haven't learned anything here in the last 10 minutes. I don't know what it means. It means see how you feel, all right? And I felt fantastic, and I put the foot down, and I just feckin' went through it, right? And then he went to me, where did you learn to drive? I was like, in Ireland. And he goes, have you not got amber lights in Ireland? I said, no, we've orange ones. You know? Then he goes to me, he goes, have you ever read the highway code? I said, I was actually downloading it on my phone there when you pulled me over. Yeah. Is that the one after the Da Vinci Code? I hear that's a great read. It's a great read. Then he says to me, he goes, right, it's £60 fixed penalty and 3 points in your license. I was like, will you go away? Go away. I says, go away with the points now. Go away. I'm allergic to you. Go away. I says, why don't you keep the points? Give them to the lads or something at the weekend. Go on away. Don't be giving me any presents or gifts now or anything like that. Go on away. Go away. I'm allergic to you. Do you want some tickets to the rugby match? No? Okay, right. I said, officer, in my defence, can I ask you one question? He goes, what's that? I said, if I drove through an amber light and you were behind me, what light did you drive through? He said, the red one. I said, well, let's go back to the feckin' beginning then, shall we, officer? And we went to a Six Nations rugby match together, ladies and gentlemen. What a day we had. This is really weird, isn't it? Like doing a live gig, like, or a live non-stop. I can't see anyone. I've got flowers here. I don't know. I just thought that would look good. You know what I mean? My hair. I need a haircut. It's pretty mental, isn't it, out there for everyone? You know. But I hope you're all doing okay. You know, when you stick at it, and this time next year we could be, you know, still alive. That's the most important thing, isn't it? I do like. I don't really understand a lot of people during all this crisis. You know what I mean? Like, there's people out there now, and they're still, you know, people just annoy me. You know what I mean? People that just fucking annoy you every single day. Even if you're not even seeing them, they're still annoying you because you're thinking about them, what they're doing would probably be annoying you. You know, that kind of way. I have a friend of mine, and he's the worst, man. He's one of these negative people, you know, negative Nancy's, always negative, just negative, right? I remember about 6 months ago, he rang me up, you know, and he says, he rings me up for advice, right? Because I got my shit together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a 38-year-old man, right? And when I say, like, I've had a bit of success in my life, you know, not going to lie, 4 months ago, I achieved something in my life that was pretty cool. I became mortgage free. All right. I know some people might not like to hear that now, but I left school when I was 18. I worked very hard in loads of jobs in my 20s. When I say mortgage free, I was declined a mortgage. But you know, some people have to work until they're in their 70s to get to my position, you know. But it's so nice to have that weight off your shoulders. People are like, hey, you've got a house. No, I'm mortgage free. Come on, jump on board the love boat. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I have a friend of mine anyway, right? And he's a disaster, James, right? Absolute disaster. And he rang me up for advice, right? He's getting bullied at work, right? He comes to me. I got my shit together, right? Mortgage free. And he rings me up and he says he's getting bullied at work. Now, my first response should not have been, oh, Jesus, you're getting bullied at work. That's hilarious. Can I come in and watch? Shouldn't have said that, right? Now, he said that what's happening at work is that there's a guy next to him on the other desk, right? Now, you will have this in your workspace now, right? That every time my friend does something, the other fella has to do something better than him. He has to do one better all the time. Has to take it to the next level. Never lets my friend enjoy his own achievements. You know what I mean? So I said to him, what happened? I said to him recently, I said, Kevin, I'm taking my girlfriend to Spain for a week. He goes, are you? Well, I'm taking my wife to Brazil for 3 weeks. Not allowing him enjoy his success of being able to buy a holiday in Spain. He said, Andrew, I said to him again, I said, Ian, I'm running a 10K at the weekend. He goes, are you? Well, I'm running a half marathon at the weekend, Always has to go one better, next level all the time. He says, Andrew, I need some advice. I don't know what to do. Every time I see this guy, he always goes to the next level. I said, listen, the next time you see him, right, tell him you have depression so he'll kill himself. Just try that. You know what I mean? You get a half day for the funeral. You get a bit of extra desk space. Everyone's a winner. You know what I mean? It's going to be, you just try it, just work that one out. One thing I am looking forward to when life does resume is one thing that's kind of in the nature of Britain, right? Is I'm just kind of popping in between bits that I have here. Is I love how British people sell stuff. You know what I mean? Like in Ireland, we kind of force things on people. Like, go on, you'll have that, will you? You'll have that. You go on, take it now. You wouldn't want not to take it now, because if you don't take it now, you'd feel bad for not taking it. There's an emotional bribery there. But in Britain, it's very tactical, right? I'll give you an example. I was in a shoe shop about a year ago, and I wanted these particular Nike white trainers. So I walked in and I said, can I try on these white Nikes in size 11? And the woman said, take a seat. I'll go get them. So I'm sitting down. As soon as you send for the shoe up, you stop looking, don't you? Because you don't want to lose a seat in the shoe shop when you're training. You don't be trying on your shoes standing up. I had odd socks on as well, so I needed to build some sort of cover. But she came down, right, with 2 boxes under her arms. And she goes, I'm very sorry, we don't have the white Nikes in size 11. But I do have them in a size 8. Why would I want them in a size 8? Of all people to know feet are not flexible, it's the feckin' woman working in the shop. But then she pulled out another box. She goes, but I do have the black Nikes in size 11. Do you want them? I was like, jeez, I came in here for the white Nikes. She goes, I'll give you the white Nikes. We don't have them, but I'll give you the black Nikes, right? Black Nikes, size 11. They're different colour. They do the same job. They're very popular at the moment, she said. Next thing you know, I'm walking around the shoe shop, right, with the bloody black Nikes on. I came in for the white Nikes. She's upselling me. She's trying to mess with my head. Next thing you know, I'm at a till with the bloody black Nikes. I came in for the feckin' white Nikes. She looked at me and she went, they're £50. So I took out €50 and I went, there you go. Different colour, does the same job. Very popular at the moment. How'd you like those apples, Guildford? So, I'll be finishing up in a minute now. I have to go because I have a caravan full of kids outside. And, I've got to, Jesus, I've got to take them down to the canal there and see who wins, Hopefully I don't lose another one. You know what I mean? Jesus, I hope I don't. But I love how Britain sells things, you know what I mean? Because it is a very consumer-based economy over here. You're all about buying and selling in shops and retail, and it's amazing. I remember I signed up to a new phone. I got this new phone, right? And I was in the shop, and I'm not very good at, searching out the best deals, right? And I was in the shoe shop, in the phone shop, and I signed up to the phone, and the guy goes, right, Mr. Ryan, you've signed up to this new Samsung S7 phone. I'm like, thank you very much. He goes, right, before you leave the shop today, I want to ask you a few questions about how you're going to protect yourself if something happens to this phone. I want to talk to you about insurance. And I was like, I don't want insurance, man. You're fine. He goes, no, I have a duty of care. I need to ask you a few questions about the insurance. I was like, right, okay. And I didn't want it now. So it's like 10 quid a month. And he goes, right, what are you going to do, Mr. Ryan? What are you going to do if you lose your phone? I said, I'm going to look for it. Yeah. But I look for my phone. So that's what you're going to do. I'm probably going to ring it from the landline. That's what I'll probably do. And spend the next 20 minutes walking around the house going, where the hell is my phone? Right, then you find your phone after ringing it from the landline. You go, oh my God, one missed call. Who's this from? Who's this unknown number person? Right? And then he went up to the next level again, to try and sell me the insurance. He goes, what are you going to do, Mr. Ryan, if you damage your phone? Yeah? Yeah, what are you going to do if you drop it down a toilet? I said, listen, when I'm standing over a toilet, I'm normally holding something else. You know what I mean? Sorry. I'm normally holding something else, right? I'm not pissing out Samsung S7s. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And then he escalated again, right? Because he wants the sale. You know, British people love the sale. And he goes, what are you going to do if you're in the pub? He says, you put your phone down on the table, you look away for a second, somebody walks past your phone, they swipe your phone, bang, gone. That's how easy it is to steal a mobile phone. And you ring the police and you tell the police that your phone's been stolen. They're not going to look for a stupid phone. Why, with all the cutbacks in the police? That's how easy it is to steal a mobile phone. And you ring the police, they're not going to do anything about it. So I'm going to ask you again. If you lose your phone, how are you going to replace it? I said, well, based on what you've just told me, that they're easy to steal and the police aren't interested in looking for them, I'm going to feckin' nick one. That's what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to feckin' nick a phone. So that's how you get around mobile sales, people. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think my time has come. I think I've done my time. I really hope you enjoyed the show. It's very different, obviously, for all of us. You know what I mean? It is pretty strange. We're used to getting instant feedback. Here, if anybody walks past my flat, they're going to think I'm actually mentally ill. All right, but I'm doing this for the people of Guildford, right? My name's Andrew Ryan, and you can go onto my website where there's other clips and all that kind of stuff, and Facebook page, which you can see what's it like to be in front of an audience again, you know. So I'll pass you back over to Nick. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do sponsor, please do subscribe, whatever that is, and hopefully one day we'll be able to meet properly in an actual comedy club. Stay safe, wash your hands, and blame your partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Ryan. How cool was that? We absolutely love Andrew Ryan at Gag House, so thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. You've had two, I suppose one plus side of doing comedy online is that you actually have just had two headline acts on one bill, which we don't normally get at our clubs. So you are incredibly privileged. So that was Andrew Ryan, and you saw Rosie Jones earlier. So thank you so much to both of our acts this evening. Guys, if you enjoyed tonight, please do donate what you can. We can continue to produce these shows online and stream them directly to your houses as long as you help fund them. We need to pay our acts. They deserve a fee for their work for tonight. So please donate whatever you can. If everyone, I think we had 35, 40 people at one point watching. If everyone donated 5, 10, 15 pounds, then that'll be plenty of money for the acts and they will definitely be coming back. So do that via paypal.me/Guildford Fringe. Now we have more comedy next Friday, which is the 8th of May, we have another incredible lineup. We've got Stephen Bailey and Lauren Patterson. They've both absolutely smashed Edinburgh Fringe over the last kind of few years. They are another two great acts you will not want to miss. So do tune in and please do share all of that. If you enjoyed tonight, please spread the word. Shout about it on social media. You can find Gag House on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. So tell us what you thought and tag us in so we can share all those comments as well, and let your friends know we'll be here next Friday and the Friday after and as long as it takes to keep you guys laughing. But let's hear it one more time for both of our acts tonight. We had Rosie Jones and Andrew Ryan. Thank you so much, guys. Please donate what you can and we shall see you very, very soon. Keep safe.